What's up, guys? You got a creek nearby, you don't have electronics, and you want to catch crappie? Stick around. So, first things first, people always ask, what are you fishing for? What are you looking for? Historically, crappie like structure. So we're going to be walking this river today. We'll be looking for structure like you see here, log jams, vertical standing timber, anything to that effect. Also any grass. And then a thing that we've also learned that is usually pretty good is if you look in the water right along the bank and you see a bunch of minnows and shad and stuff, you definitely want to stop right there and try to wet a line to see if there's any fish in there. So what we're using today is the standard slip cork method like we did in the last video. So you got our spring-loaded bobbers there, and then about 8 to 10 inches below it can be an 1/8 ounce jig head with the jig of your color. What are you using today,
I'd
sir?
say Mr. Crappie.
Mr. Crappie. We're always trying new jigs out, so that's my first bit of advice there, is find timber and structure that you can fish and get your jig in there and start working around that timber. Again, as I'm walking, I'm looking for structure. And if this was in the water, this would be a really good structure. But what we have right here on the outside of this structure is right there in the water is that grass. During the summer, that's a really good spot. But we're gonna try it right now just to see if there's anything hanging out around it. And I'm wanting to cast a lot more shallow than what you actually would think. You know, you think these fish would be out in the deep, you think they'd be out in the middle of these river channels, hanging out in the depths, but I'm telling you, we catch most fish, honestly, in about, what do you say, 10 to 14 inches of water right along the bank. Yeah, and this is January. Water temperatures around 50s, high 40s, low 50s. Air temperature, I think it's like 60 today. So anyway, we're just gonna keep on moving down to the next spot. Rolling up to spot number 2 on the day. Just gonna hit this one quick because it's so shallow. All I'm gonna wanna do is drop in right here around these deeper portions, the outskirts of it, if you will. And look, just give it 2-3 minutes. Crappie are real aggressive when they wanna eat. They're gonna strike quick. And tried a couple different methods. You know, let the jig just sit as in a dead stick presentation for a little bit, then start to kind of walk it back. That's what I call walking it back. It's where you're just going to pop this rod tip a little bit, give that jig a little bit of motion down there, and then the other option is to just straight slow roll it back in, slow reel it back towards you, kind of like this, just to get the tail on that jig to start swimming around. That's really what you want, is you want that thing to be moving. And we're out here early today competing with sunrise, so we got here a little bit before sunrise, so throw it out like that. Just gonna let, you know, I'm just gonna pop it a little bit, give it a little bit motion. And what you're trying to do when you first get to a new body of water, what you want to try to do is kind of break down and discover a pattern that works, whether it's dead stick, whether it's walking the jig, whether it's slow reeling. You want to take the time at first, the first hour or so, figure out the method of fishing that's doing good for that body of water. And so far, I've had one hit on bouncing it, so I cast it out and then I'll pop it back just a little bit. So there was nothing there, just keep on moving. And again, you're just trying to break it down, find a pattern that may work. I'm sorry, a method. We are in a bit of a hurry today. We only got a small window to fish, but I wanted to get out here and get something done for you folks that want to start hitting the creeks, because we're getting into that time of year where you want to be hitting the creek banks and catching these fish pre and during spawn. Setup I'm using today is a 1/8 ounce Dan's jig head with a therapist body like always, again with the spring loaded cork, and of course my new 1-piece ACC crappie sticks, 6-foot pole. This is awesome. I love 6 and 7 foot poles, as you know. So like I said, we're in a hurry today, so let's keep on pushing. And don't be afraid to also just cast out in the middle and let it sit every now and then, because what will happen is those crappie, they'll school up, and we've caught them like that before, just a big school just out in the middle. You just happen to get lucky and find them, so make sure every now and then you're stopping and casting out onto those, you know, out into the main river channel. Oh, I had a bite. I had a little hit right there, it looked like. There he is. There he is. Oh, son of a gun, I had him. I had that son of a buck. And see, guys,
Soft bite.
Today it's a soft bite, but see, that goes to show you that you got to find that method. And right now I was just barely tickling it. I was just moving it, just popping it right there, and it picked it up, and dadgummit. Now the downfall to something like that happening is usually once you get hit, once you get a little bit of bite done like that, it's usually one and done with piles like this. They usually hit it and then they're gone. So I'll try for, you know, a minute or two more, and then we'll just accept defeat, unfortunately. But so far, both hits I've had today then have been on me just barely walking it. I'm just taking my rod tip here and I'm just bouncing it. Let me get this line tight so you can see. I'm bouncing that rod tip like that, and it's giving that jig just a touch of motion, just a touch of motion. And then there you go. That's how it, you know, it struck that, the fish struck that. But dang it, it's been a light bite, so. So also some things you're looking for is if you see this branch right here, this branch goes into the water right here and it goes down. So what I want to do is fish towards the base of that branch, so fishing somewhere right out in here. Because what those crappie will do, they'll stage right against that structure and they'll hang out waiting to strike any food that might come by. And then this is a great example of vertical timber here. So something like this tree here is going to be a fantastic representation of vertical jigging. Of vertical timber. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bridge this gap because I can see a bunch of tree branches in there. So I'm going to pop it through just real slow, let it sit, and bring it through, let it sit. And again, I'm just trying to get the tail of that bait to just kind of waft through the water. Well, if we were bass fishing, this would be the spot. You get a top water and throw it in here right now, you would do fantastic.
There he is.
There he is. I saw.
You saw him?
I saw him, yeah.
So I dropped it down.
You got deeper?
Dropped it down to 18 inches.
Okay.
And I got hit. 18 inches off the side of that thing.
All right, that's another good point to bring up. Is what you may also do is have to adjust the depth of your jig. So that's why I like these spring-loaded bobbers, because all we can do is pull that spring in, whoop, bring it up. There we go. Now I'm set to about 18, 20 inches, like he just said, which makes sense because we're fishing this river channel, and it gets deep quick. You know, the lake's so low. This lake's about 12 foot low, and so because of that, we're at the part now where we're in the deep river channel. We're at the part where it just drops off quick. Come over here retying, and old Rod and Reel, guess what he done did? Come on this way with it. Come on with that slab.
Hey.
Come on with it. Hey, for the record, what did I just say when we were off camera?
You just said we're going to catch him right there. Yeah, we did. Nice one.
There you go. What technique were you using?
So I extended it down to 18 inches because I missed a bite back there at 18 inches.
Yep.
So I just kept it that and put it out there and just threw it right against that tree.
Right there, standing timber.
Brought it and just twitch it, yeah.
One of the three methods we talked about.
Nice.
There you go. Perfect. How soft is this? I'm gonna come out there with you. There we go. Step on this log here. On my fish. I'm gonna drop my jig right there. Got him. There you go.
Nice.
There you go. See? Oh, what's up? Littlest LMB in the lake right there. Woo, we setting records with that thing. I'll tell you what.
Right, tighten the line.
I thought it was a crappie, but got myself a Magnum LMB. Oh, that's funny. Put him back in there. But I'm not gonna give up, because that means that there's fish out here. So this will be a tricky one because there's an underwater horizontal log that'll just eat your lures. So what you want to do is cast by it, then move yourself on the bank to where you can work your jig back past the point that you're trying to, the point of the tree that you're trying to work through. Like, let's see if old Rod and Reel here gets stuck. Nope, he hit it though. See the dust off the log? All right. Yeah, it's on a good beeline. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. That's what you're after. That's what you're after right there. Did you see that? Boom, right there into the structure. And you see, oh, yep, right where it should be. Oh, he got a little dirty. That's all right. But I'm telling you, right there into the structure. I cast right there.
How deep were you?
Slip cork bobber, about, what is that, about 16 inches down?
Yeah.
Got a nice little white crappie, right on impact.
So the depth, we finally got the depth right.
So I think we got the depth right, yes. But yeah, that fish was right where he should have been, historically speaking. So. Well, that's gonna do it for us today. Last and most important tip is just remember, guys, don't get frustrated. Just go out there and have fun. Heavy on the advice today, light on the fish, but that's okay. That's what I wanted today's video to be more about, was just giving y'all some good techniques that y'all can go out and get you a mess of crappie with if you're at your local, you know, rivers, creeks, whatever. Again, today's setup, 1/8 ounce Dan's jig head with the keeper, therapist body, and then a slip cork spring-loaded bobber on my brand new 6-foot ACC crappie sticks, 1-piece pole, paired with my Guggen 1000 series reel. They pair great, they do great, they catch a lot of fish, as you can see. And you've seen in our previous videos. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Go ahead and drop in the comment section your favorite or your #1 tip for new crappie fishermen that may want to get on some creek crappie. And if y'all enjoyed this video, I think you'll enjoy this one, and we will catch y'all on the next one. Don't stop the dangle. Peace.